Hey guys, Dark Prometheus here. We're back in our Cubs franchise. A little bit of the offseason here as we signed Joe Madden in that stream and are wrapping this whole exchange up. In case you didn't look at it, we saw Yu Darvish that was on there. We actually didn't make a play for him because it would just be absolutely silly. I don't want to build a team that will consistently win over and over and over and over and really make it disadvantageous, because it's just bad, like my pronunciation of some words. So we go get some pitchers here. We go with Josh Tomlin and Jake Arrieta. We end up getting both of them back, so that's a big boost to our team. Actually, with Arrieta, we do sign Lackey back. We add Josh Tomlin as that guy that really is going to be the long reliever opposite, as well as opposite of Montgomery, as well as having the potential of starting if one of our pitchers does have an issue. But as you see here in the back, Wade Davis goes to the Red Sox. He doesn't actually sign, so we'll actually get a pick from that. We did give him a qualifying offer. So here is our lineup going into spring training. We're going to be starting, look at Josh Tomlin. We're going to start Lackey to start with, and we'll see how it goes halfway through. We'll put in Tomlin and see from there. Stat-wise, Lackey had the better year, with his WAR being about 0.8 better than at Tomlin's. Thing is, Tomlin has a very diverse pitching set. And so it might be something where if Lackey starts having issues, we go with Tomlin. Or if Lackey starts coming down, he is 39. If his ratings start coming down hard, we will make a change at some point. So we actually have a long relief pitcher up with Tomlin and Montgomery, a lefty and a righty. For our closer, it's going to be Hector Rondon after the depart of Wade Davis. So we'll see what he can do. But he had a very good ERA last year. As we looked at top prospects, Eric Sang, who we took in the first pick of this last draft, he will actually be starting at AA. We'll start him down there, we'll see how he does, and we'll most likely bring him up quickly from there. We want to get some positives, get some confidence with some of our players going up. Eloy Jimenez, who will be on the AAA roster this year, playing down there, and if we have any injuries, especially in our outfield, he will be the first one we bring up. He's looking like a beast though. Going further down the top 20, as we look at some of the players that we see here, going closer to 40 at 38, Castro, a guy we signed, he's got a good potential. The thing is, he is going to be a guy that's going to take a while to get up there, but we signed him because of the speed. And then Matthew Brown, the same thing. We signed him because of the speed. He has power, but not good contact or discipline, so he's going to be a guy that strikes out a lot. So we'll see how he develops. We also brought in Pablo Velasquez as well, and he looks like a good guy that'd be playing as well, but it'll be someone that all three of them will be at AA. So here we go, our first game of spring training in year 2. Here's Arrieta stats from last year. Our defensive lineup will be our lineup going into opening day as well, with Arrieta on the mound. And so we'll start here with a man off first and a slider, strike 3. Arrieta was pretty sharp for the most part starting this game, besides some walks, as we have a slider here down and outside the zone, and that was 2 strikeouts out of 3 batters. A sinker to the outside and getting players to chase. Arrieta is our ace, and he will continue to be if he keeps on performing like this, with a 4-seam inside corner. So 4 strikeouts in the first 3 innings. So the 0-2 count and a 4-seam inside corner. His 5th strikeout of the day. So most of the time what I want to do in spring training is have my starters play about 4 innings, and then we'll start rotating through the bullpen first. We'll see rookie Luis Quintero. We brought him in the 3rd round. So 2-2 count going the outside. It's going to be hit over to Hayward. Good hard hit ball. The easy play. Quintero is a right-hander, so we'll see him probably start if Lackey ends up retiring, as this one's up the middle for a base hit. With an 0-2 count though, going the inside, and that's over to Bryant, just over his glove, and that was operator error right there, as I thought I was still holding Bryant. So a run does score. That's really my fault, and that double is mine as well. So an 0-1 count, a slow roller over to Russell, over to first, and that will be out of the inning. So really our pitcher's only giving up 2 runs there, as Schwarber just is already hot in this game, this year already. The first spring training game, and he comes out and rocks one. And now we're going to have one over to second, and oh, that was over the glove. As I had to get a drink of water there because I've been recording for so long today. So that was a good one by Jameer Candelaria, I believe. And that one's over in the left, up, and that one is Eloy Jimenez. So the guy that will be coming up, if we have any injuries, showing what he can do, coming in to pinch hit and playing outfield, hits a homer in left field. And that is why he is top 10 out of the youngest players here. 2-run shot for him. Here's Happ. Happ's going to have a gapper in left field, as that one will be a stand-up double. And Happ is starting off with a quick start as well. Something we really need, as this one's over and line to first. Easy play, and that will end the inning. So the Cubs only get 3 out of there with that home run, and we end up dropping that game against the Athletics. In the next game, we're going to have Chad Crow come out here. We only had 2 or 3 games from our spring training show, and Crow's going to get the start here, going up against the Sox, and that's going to be a slow roller over to Bryant. So he's got that out. 0-1 count going in, and that's over to Bryant again. Over to first, and he will get that second out. Later in the first, 2-2 count. This is over, up against the wall. There's no wind to blow it over, so it's just going to hit the wall and fielded by Hayward. Going into second, then the throw is late. So we'll see what we can do with a runner on second, and that's over to Baez and over to first, and that will end the inning. So no one scores there, even though a runner was 180 feet away. So in the second, with 1 out, it's over to Baez and under the diving glove of Javier Baez, and that will be a single. The 1-1 count, and this is over against the line. Hayward's going to field this, takes a Cubby bounce, and runners are now over in the corners. With a man on second and first, 1 run did score, so going over to second and over to first, we might get a double play. That'll be 2 outs. 0-2 count, and this is over to Bryant. Bryant will have it over to first. And only 1 run score, but that was a jam in the second inning. Just not looking comfortable out there. The rookie is a 1-run game, or a 1-1 run game, and finally settling in. Possessing the outside, gets the call, but that was clearly outside the zone. A 1-2 count and a swing and a miss. That's a fastball, 4-seam on the outside, and that will retire that. We're going to see Jonas Madden coming in, a guy that we picked up in the 5th, as this one's over and hit in between short and third. Madden will be one of those guys that will looking to shape up, if we get his velocity up, to possibly be a closer or at least a setup guy that could really give us some good innings. That's what we hope he can do out here. 2-1. It's over to Bryant. Snag it out of the air. Well, actually, there was a one hop near the plate, it looks like. And we'll get the out at first. 0-2 count. Pop up. Just not a lot of fast stuff to get a batter to swing and miss or to get the strikeouts, but it'll be enough. It's a one-run game. And Schwarber, a high fly ball deep in the right center field. It has a chance. And it's gone. Schwarber has another home run we observe in this one. It's about 2 weeks into spring training. And Schwarber doing some work with the solo home run and breaking the tie. So here is Madden still out here. Actually, this is Alec Mills. And this is deep into center field. And will be fielded and brought in after he is up over at second. Stand-up play. 1-1 counts. And this is over to Russell. The runner's going to stay over at second. Easy play over at first. So out of that inning, we're going to have Chris Bryant come out with 2-1 in a tie ball game at 3. And that is deep, and that is out of here. This is a 3-run shot, and that was still Madden actually out pitching, not Mills. Mills comes up later on in this game. He's a guy that might be someone we bring up. He may not, Alec Mills. We'll have to see how he performs, and also if we have any injuries, as he's just not one of our best guys. But as we finish spring training, we finish with Houston 17-4, and we take that game to make it 20-11 in spring training. So what are we gonna do? Luis Quintero, I did change this after the stream, or after the recording as well, on where I wanted these guys. They had Quintero up in the majors, and I don't think he's ready to be up in the majors right now. I think he needs to get some confidence. And looking at this, having Grimm, Carl Edwards, Stroke to set up, we got Tomlin in the bullpen, Montgomery. I ended up sending him down to AAA, but after thinking about this, I sent him down to AA to start. Same thing with Crow down to AA. And I believe we send down Madden also to AA to play the closer. We do bring up Alec Mills. We are going to keep him up here. And what we're going to start with is I looked at Lackeys to really see the long term what we're going to do. And we're going to start Lackey in the rotation. We do move out Tomlin. He's going to take that second. He's what I believe a very reliable guy coming in. But a lot of what we're going to do this year is get some of our bullpen guys some better velocity. For starting pitchers, we need to get up their stamina. We're losing stamina on a lot of our young players, and I don't think they can really stand in a game as long as we need them to. That was one of the things Quintero went down to AA. 69 stamina. We need a higher stamina with that. Crow is a little bit better at 76, but if you look at some of his weak things, he's going to walk a lot of guys. So we're going to put his stamina up and see what he can do with his pitches there and see if we can get his walks down. We do have Oscar De La Cruz. He's one of the All-Stars down at AA. He will start. He's a guy that struggled when we brought him up to AAA, so we sent him back down to AA. Austin Franklin will be another guy that's starting down at AA. And Jose Albertos, I believe, is in the bullpen with Gutierrez starting. Gutierrez is a young guy, and we end up sending him from AAA down to AA. Now with relief pitchers, it's a little bit more shaky. We have Marino, Pena, Rosario. Those guys are not going to be someone we bring up. We're going to bring up a starting pitcher or any pitchers at all. It's probably going to be Rob Zarastri or one of the starters in that. Just not very high on Felix Pena. but we might bring them up later if we absolutely need to. One experiment we are going to do is we have a lot of guys that have velocity. They're down in the minors, but we want to develop them and see what they can do. And that's why we're going to try to get those velocities up and see if we can use them in a closer role or setup or a reliever that's guaranteed not to give up some runs. So thank you all for joining me. Go ahead and comment, like, subscribe so you don't miss any more of this franchise. And I'll see you guys next time when we go into opening day. The first game is in Chicago against the Mets. Later, guys.